He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he is taking them to where they thought they could go. But he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Red Raiders ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start the... at their own 25. Now in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Here's Mensah to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
And you need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
To play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Caught close to the marker, it's Johnson. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing it. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
Quick give, it's Williams. Still on his feet at the 45. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Hammond. Out wide right, it's Joyner. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And his throw is incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Never a doubt. There is a flag on the play. Now, if this is on the defense, it might not change that much. Offense has already made the long field goal. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. From the gun, it's Fletcher. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Second and long here. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Look out! Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field, and look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays. They are a tough unit.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Right side, it's Eakin. At the 45 on its way. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Looking to the big tight end. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, the quarterback's throwing from the pocket. He's trying to fit that football into a real small window down the middle of the field, and the defender's hit was able to jar the ball loose from the receiver. Great job.
They'll move the wide receiver. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Whip it out to the back on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Now, when you run these screen plays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
He almost kicked that thing out of bounds, but it made it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
That one's not even close.
And so far, he looks a little bit rattled at the quarterback spot. Just not settled in, not fully comfortable. And you got to say the defense has done good, and they have taken away what they've wanted to do so far. But he's got to find some answers in this offense. Find some guys, find some matchups that he wants to exploit.
Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Mensah. Got him downfield. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Motion from the wideout. Running inside. It's Fletcher. They got it blocked just enough and a good gain on that run.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down because the RPO game's been a problem.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Throwing, Mensah. Out wide left, it's Lofton. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Looking to throw. Stepping to the right. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation, drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer to the goal line and I can get that touchdown. Headsy play by the QB.
He's knocked down short game. Maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. And he's in! Touchdown, Hurricane! That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace, QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Joyner. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Makes a grab. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the Red Raiders will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to really get into this one. Trying to make one miss. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's...
Ball is loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Canes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires left. Zips it out to his man. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
And for the majority of the offseason, we thought Mensah was going to be starting for Duke in the offseason saga that happened. Obviously, a lot went into it. But here's what you know about Miami quarterbacks in recent history. Cam Ward, the #1 pick. Carson Beck, a lot of experience coming in. Now Darian Mensah comes in. Miami finds the guy. They have to have that spot covered. And Palmer, they got a really good one.
They have been able to reload. And for anybody that didn't know Darian Mensah and where he started, just look back to his film just 2 years ago at Tulane when he's absolutely lighting up for the American, wins an ACC championship at Duke, and now filling in for Carson Beck and a team that just went to a national championship. But this is a guy with tons of talent, and they think there will be no drop-off at the QB spot. They've got their eyes set on taking one step further this time to win it all.
Tough run here. It's Fletcher. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The Red Raiders want to stop the clock, and they use their 2nd timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Here comes the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with the field goal, we are tied here in the 2nd quarter.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Trying to escape and get it himself. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up 1 on the play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Still 3rd down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. He's looking downfield to throw. Lets it fly. Makes the catch down the right side.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Makes the grab. It's Eakin. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for us.
The Red Raiders trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Hammond. They're all over him. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Third and long coming up. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight it, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, go make those contested catches.
There he goes. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Red Raiders want to crank the tempo. Now from inside the red zone. Caught. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. They'll run with Joyner. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Mensah. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it first and 10 just outside the 40. He's changing the play. They'll send the back in motion. Fresh center downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
Second and long here. Throwing, Mensah. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. On the move, he fires. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Finds his man. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels. Now
it's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. The extra point here would tie the game. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. Guess that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off-play action on first down. Looking deep down the right side. Goes high to pull it in. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. After making his first field goal, he'll try to put up another with a shorty from 26. He splits the uprights. And with that, they've taken the lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We begin with the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the number 3 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's Texas A&M on the losing end. Now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Texas Tech will start the drive, the offense ready to go. They'll start on the ground with Quentin Joyner. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to throw, it's Hammond. Still looking to his right. He'll pull it down. Out wide right, it's Johnson. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Out of the gun, here's Quentin Joyner. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
The Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Between the hashes, it's Carter. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Joyner.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. To throw, it's Hammond. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets them up at the 26 with the first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Drops back on 1st down. Buying time to his right. Right side, it's Johnson. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
The Red Raiders go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Handoff to Joyner. Maybe got some room, headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick with the physical ground game late in the game. That's how you finish opponents off.
Oh, pressure's coming. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And they take it in for 6 more points. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. It's complete to the left.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
He tries to take the top off. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you?
Unloads it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. Searching for space. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
That is a big man in the middle of this 3-4 defense. Over 300 pounds. Look at him just completely cave in the center, right back into the QB.
And the Red Raiders with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Catch in the middle, it's Eakin. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Great job by the quarterback bouncing back. Just got sacked the previous play. Now all of a sudden it's second and long, and everybody knows you're going to be throwing it. But he comes right back. He stays in the pocket. He's staring down the field. He's not letting the rush affect him. He finds his open guy. He gets the completion. It's not a first down, but now you're set up third and short. And this all of a sudden looking pretty good for the offense.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Now a timeout is called so they can talk over what to do on 4th and 2. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Snapped it, and he has to have it. He's got it, first down and more. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. That took nerves of steel to convert that 4th down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the third quarter to create some momentum, help them go crazy, help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big 4th down conversion.
Finds his man on the RPO. Turning it on. Inside the 10. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short. Teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And some penalties you just can't take. Delay of game, that's right at the top of the list. 2nd and goal. Out wide right, it's Carter. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Here's Joyner. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Right side, it's Pringle. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game...
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Big 1st down sack for the defense. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Mensah to throw. That's caught. It's Jacobs. Breaks into the open. Jumped on top of the pile. And the Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Rush is on. Left side is Vaughn. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback, going to his left, getting the shoulder turned and the hips around, helping him make a very accurate throw.
The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. That's caught. It's Lofton. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. Fresh center down's going to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. Second and long working here. Making the adjustment. Mensah. Under pressure. On target. Brought down.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Rush right in his face. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Guys, they're going to pass on taking the sure 3 here and try to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. Throwing, Mensah unloads to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
All right, so they fail on that fourth down, but the game is not over yet. There's still time. Defense has to get the ball back quickly. Offense is going to have to score quickly. You have to execute now.
Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Out of the gun, here's Quentin Joyner. On the move at the 30. Right down the gut of the field. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Here's Quentin one more time. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, sniffing the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. And they'll take a knee.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. They'll run with Joyner. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Red Raiders! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Mensah to throw. Moving out to the right. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.